Hello and welcome to StudyIQ. I am your friend Rahul Saigaonker. The agenda for today's discussion is connected to an international news. Recently, a very big development has occurred in the West Asian region. You can see here, UAE, the United Arab Emirates, has withdrawn from US-led maritime coalition. In this video lecture, we are going to analyze this news snippet, which is very relevant for us from exam perspective, both for prelims and mains. In fact, we are going to divide this discussion into two halves. In the first half, we are going to focus on gathering prelim-specific information. So in the first half, we'll focus on the maritime coalition which UAE is withdrawing, which is called Combined Maritime Forces or CMF. We are going to answer some questions connected to CMF. What is CMF? What is the history of CMF? Who are the members? Is India a member of Combined Maritime Forces? If not, then what is India's relation with CMF? What is their mandate? Where do they focus on? I understand it is a maritime cooperation, but which maritime regions do they focus on? All these things would be understood. And in the latter half, our discussion will move towards mains, or I would say international relations based discussion. UAE is withdrawing from a coalition. We'll try to answer in the latter half why UAE is taking such a decision. And while answering this why, which would be based on observation and speculation, you will understand about the churnings of the geopolitical development which occur in the West Asian region. And you do know that the West Asian region is very important for India. From not just energy security perspective, a lot of diaspora is also there in the West Asian region. We have very good partners there. We have UAE, which is a very important partner. We have Saudi, with whom we have good relations. There is Israel, there is Iran. We have decent enough relations in the West Asian region. And any development which occurs in this area, it becomes very relevant for us to keep an eye on. So this is going to be the agenda of our entire discussion. To get to know all this information, stay with me till the very end. Right, let's begin our discussion. But before that, those who are preparing for UPSC Civil Service Examination, a good news for all of you, because batch 1, the English batch for P2I by StudyIQ is starting from 19th June. So note this particular date, 19th June, the first batch, complete English batch from prelims to interview. This is the most comprehensive program because StudyIQ will be hand-holding you from day 1, from prelims to mains to interview in all the stages. If you clear your preliminary examination 2024, the entire mains residential program expenses would be given out by StudyIQ. There are already mock interviews planned. There is one-to-one mentorship, group mentorship, current affairs program, mains answer writing program. There is already prelims test series included in this. The whole shebang, you'll get it at an affordable price of 29,999. In fact, if you use my code Rahul Live, you will get discounts over this as well. So do it before 19 June. I'll see you in the class. Right. Let's begin our discussion. As I told you, it's about an international news. And what is the news? UAE, the United Arab Emirates, has withdrawn from a maritime coalition called as CMF. This is the news. We'll analyze this in the latter half. But first, what is the CMF? Combined Maritime Forces. Combined Maritime Forces, it is a multilateral maritime partnership for maintaining peace and stability in a maritime region. All right. So it aims to establish or uphold rules-based international order by countering the non-state actors as well as state actors. Non-state actors means I can say the pirates, smugglers, terrorists, etc. So to stop the illicit activities of pirates and other non-state actors and to promote the security, stability and prosperity in maritime regions, Combined Maritime Forces came into picture. The next question, so where do they focus on or which area are they working on? See, they try to provide security to approximately 3.2 million square miles of international waters, mostly in and around the Indian region. This is India. So they work for providing security in the Indian Ocean region, in the Arabian Sea region. In this particular water body, what is this body? It is the Red Sea. Some geography practice also. In this particular body, what is this? This is Gulf of Aden, right? And even in this Persian Gulf. So in all these areas, the Combined Maritime Forces work. Do let me know what are these? What is this strait and what is this strait in the comment section? Let's practice some geography as well. All right. Right. So we understood Combined Maritime Forces and where do they work? They work mostly in these maritime regions to provide safety and security. What is its history or what is its mandate? See, the Combined Maritime Forces, it came into action in 2001 with its headquarters in Bahrain. Since 2001, they are working towards providing peace and security in these regions, mostly the pirate infested region. You do know, all right? Now, initially there were only 12 countries, but today in the Combined Maritime Forces, there are 38 nations and they have created different forces. You can see here who are the members. Who are the members? There are 38 members. There is no need to remember these 38 members. But let me tell you, India is not a member. Remember, India is not a member. But there are some members who are from far away. For example, Australia is a member. Pakistan is also a member. US is also a member. In fact, this entire maritime coalition, it is headed by United States of America. The entire Combined Maritime Forces, it is commanded by a US Navy Vice Admiral, and it is co-commanded by, or the deputy for this commander is the United Kingdom's Royal Navy's Commodore. So mostly it is West-led security setup in the Gulf region or in the Arabian region. So on a lighter note, they try to stop pirates of Arabian, not pirates of Caribbean. All right, right. What have they set up? What do they do? As I told you, their main mandate is counter narcotics operation, is counter smuggling, counter terrorism, and encouraging regional cooperation for ensuring peace and security. They have created different kind of forces, and again, different navies, they would be sending their personnel for joint operation, which is led by United States of America. And as I told you, they have created different combined task forces, all right, like CTF 150, which work towards security operations, maritime security operations, CTF 151, counter piracy. In fact, they have created the last one, CTF 154, maritime security training, very recently, as latest as May 2023. Just last month, they created another combined task force for maritime training and security. So this has been in news. UAE has now come out of this. It has withdrawn from these security operations. All right, that's the basic news. Now, what is India's relation with it? Remember, I told you India is not a member of Combined Maritime Forces, but India is working very closely with CMF. In fact, this is a news from last year. You remember that India and US, they have a 2+2 dialogue every year. And in the last year's 2+2 dialogue, US invited India to join CMF. And India said, we are not going to directly join the CMF, but there is negotiation going on, and probably in future, India might join the CMF as associate member. But India already works very closely with Bahrain-led Combined Maritime Forces for sure. All right. So this is the prelims related information. Now the next aspect. The question is, why has UAE withdrawn from CMF? Now, when you ask UAE or UAE's External Affairs Ministry, they give a very diplomatic answer. UAE's answer is that they are withdrawing from CMF after an extensive evaluation of their security needs. In fact, the ministry's statement is highly diplomatic. They simply say, as a result of our ongoing evaluation of effective security cooperation with all partners, 2 months ago, not now, 2 months ago, the UAE decided to withdraw from the participation in Combined Maritime Forces. But again, UAE has said that we are committed to dialogue and diplomatic engagement to advance regional security here. Right? So very diplomatic answer. Means UAE themselves have not given any official reason for withdrawing from the CMF except for simply an extensive evaluation of the security needs. But many security experts have highlighted that USA have a big role in this. It is said that United Arab Emirates and US relations are rather tumultuous as of now. So we are going to try to answer this question. Is USA the reason for withdrawal of UAE? To a large extent, yes. From last year itself, USA and the Gulf Cooperation Council relations have been rather tumultuous. They have been at loggerheads, especially because of their relation with Russia and China. And you already know UAE is a member of Gulf Cooperation Council. In fact, the UAE ambassador Al Ataiba, last year itself, he mentioned that UAE and US relations are right now going through some sort of a stress test, especially because of UAE's close relationship with China. And since the Russia-Ukraine war has begun, USA is trying to create a coalition or a group which is anti-Russian, right? And UAE and the Prince of UAE, they are, I would say, more or less neglecting United States of America. Now, apart from this, there are some other reasons also for me saying this, that US may be responsible. See, in recent times, Iran has been quite assertive. You already know there are two kinds of fault lines in the West Asian region. The first fault line is Arab versus Jew. The entire West Asian region is known for this. One, Arabs versus the Jews, and the other one is Shia versus the Sunni conflict. And you know, Sunni world is led mostly by Saudi Arab and United Arab Emirates in the West Asian region. So UAE is in the Sunni bloc, Iran is in the Shia bloc, and Iran has been quite assertive in the last few months. Iran has been very active in this maritime region. You can see here in April and in May, Iran apparently seized 2 oil tankers and CMF could not do anything. USA, which leads the Combined Maritime Forces, it also released a video where they said in a week, Iran has seized second oil tanker. Even before this, in February 2023, Iran had attacked an Israeli tanker in the Arabian Sea, and US could not do anything. So many political scientists and security experts are telling that UAE does not believe that USA can provide security, maritime security in this particular region, and that is one of the reasons that they are withdrawing from CMF. Apart from that, from few years, I would say from the time Biden administration has come, UAE and US relations have not been very friendly. Before Biden, there was Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump, a very mercurial president, yes. But Donald Trump has left a legacy, at least in West Asian region, and that is the Abraham Accords. We all know about that. It was because of the intervention of Donald Trump, normalization of relations took place between Israel and many Arab nations, and UAE is no exception in it. UAE is one of the party to the Abraham Accords, where they normalize the relations with the Israelis. But after the Trump administration, Biden administration came, and they have not been as cordial as the Trump administration. During Trump's time, Trump had promised that UAE would be getting F-35s, around 28 F-35s would be delivered to UAE. But since the Biden administration has come, the negotiations are going on and on. And very recently, the Biden administration has said that UAE's close relations with China, they cast doubt on this purchase deal. It is a very huge deal, which is approximately $23 billion, where the United States is going to provide F-35 fighter jets, Reaper drones, and many advanced munitions to UAE. And the Biden administration has apparently put a hold on this sale. It is believed that this is also one of the reasons for the withdrawal. Apart from that, if you look at the macro observation, in general, I would say US hegemony is continuously being eroded. If you look at the track record of United States of America, from a few years, we see how US has withdrawn from critical areas. US withdrew from Afghanistan. US announced that it is going to leave the combat role in Iraq. From Syria also, there is news that slowly and steadily US would be withdrawing. And looking at this, every country now believes that US hegemony is eroding and US cannot provide safety to them. It is now every country for their own safety. And that is why UAE is trying to diversify its relations in the volatile West Asian region. They have normalized their relations with Israel. They are slowly and steadily, I would say, tilting towards the Chinese and the Russians more and more, or rather a more independent foreign policy, which would be decoupling from the US interests. And amidst all this, what is happening? One country is smiling, and that is China. In fact, after this news, the Chinese media, they were hailing this decision. In fact, they said this: frustration with United States of America. It was clearly reflected in UAE exiting the maritime coalition, that is DCMF. So let's wait and watch what exactly is going to happen. I would say it is right now advantage China and disadvantage United States of America, even in the West Asian region. It's indeed true that the American hegemony is slowly and steadily eroding, and China is already challenging it in almost all the regions. Let's wait and watch what happens next. Will there be any explanation, or will other countries would also come out of CMF? If there is any development on this, we will talk about that on StudyIQ for sure. It is a very critical area for all of us. From Indian foreign policy perspective, we need to keep an eye on what is happening in the West Asian region. StudyIQ will be doing it. If there is any development, we'll be discussing that again. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have liked this video, you can always follow me on my social media handle at the rate Rahul Sai222. If you have any complaints, feedback, suggestion, if you simply want to talk to me, or if you have any queries, you can always message to me on IG. I do respond on Saturdays and Sundays. Thank you for watching this video. Jai Hind.